taking the time to come here to Mexico. You're very welcome. I am not Jewish. I make political content for social media, but I think it's a very important because my friend Yael invited me here, and I think it's very important to open up the conversation for everyone. And I know that this has been like terrible events recently. My question is, well, at some point, hopefully, will the youth think this has to end at some point? So we hear in social media that governments such as the USA sometimes call for a two-state solution. I know that right now it seems very, very far away. It seems practically impossible, but I have some belief, some hope that it may be possible. My question is, what do you think? Is it possible in the near future, this two-state solution, that someday there will be peace between Israel and Palestine? Thank you.
What did you ask?
Whoever wants to answer.
Tough question. I think that Israel showed to ourselves and to the world that we can make peace. We made peace with big enemies that we had in our history. We had big wars with Jordan and with Egypt, and we made peace. And we made normalization and more act towards peace with other countries recently. So if you ask me, our motivation in Israel, for sure, is to create normalization and peace. And that's what we want to do. If I see it right now happening, unfortunately, no. Even the Palestinians deserve better leadership. Their leadership drove them to do one of the most horrific actions against humankind in the history of the world. That's how I see it. And it will take time, and none of us going anywhere. I believe there will be a solution that will be compromised for both sides, but it will take time. And before it will happen, before we can talk about compromising, we need to acknowledge, both sides need to acknowledge one another. And unfortunately, people in Gaza are not acknowledging Israel. They don't want us to be there. They don't want us to be exist. And I believe in the power of education. And if you ask me, I'm optimistic for the future. I'm optimistic, but you need to be strong in order to do actions like that.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you, Enrique.
Yes.
We want to meet people like you. We want to meet non-Jews and to have dialogue and to have conversation with this educational tool. Because as I say, it's relevant for the entire world, not just to us. So we'll talk later.
All right.
Había una pregunta por acá. Luego por acá.